Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of Dominion. Welcome back to what you guys will be seeing for the first time in 2022 in Dominion. From day one, episode 31, part 1. As always, let's hit the mailbag. See what we've got waiting for us there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fireworks being shot off. Somebody being not quite so smart on the keys. 3 chests would definitely take. I'll leave those for now. And I'll leave those. And if you want yourself your own nice little package of 2022 emeralds, look down in the comments right below the video. I have a link for you. Will be available until the 7th of January to claim, one time per person per account. Now, you are able to do it per server, so if you are playing in 3 servers, you can get it for all 3, and it will add 2022 emeralds for the 2022 for you. To get your Dominion off right in 2022. For us, I'm still recording this in 2021, behind history. Today, we definitely will have to write our letter to Winterklaas, because we have to have that finished in time to make sure we do get our gift. And it's a weird thing, it's actually geared to midnight your local time. So in part 3 tonight, as we go back to midnight in the desert, we'll actually know what that gift Nexters has given us. And of course, that will be part 2 of the survivalist in all of us, I guess. Probably one of the better ways to describe the current interview that Art is having. This goes away at guild change time tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. UTC. And we're going to need, about 101 missions before you get the next set of bubbles. By the way, this will get replaced by a straight use energy instead of number of missions in the next one coming into Winter's Tale. So let's actually get to that letter of Winterklaas. And here is what you have on offer. Once again, we have the 50,000 Winterfest bubbles. Remember, those trade in 1 bubble per 1 Winterfest coin. 1 credit to your guild's tree. And remember, a skin is 20,000 coins. The Ascension gifts are 10. The ones that can have the scrolls are 5,000. The pet gifts are 1750, and the regular Titan gifts are 750. 50 pet soul chests. This will let you have a total of 250 pets of whichever pet you wish to do. And you are not required, of course, to cash them all in at once, and you're also not required to go ahead and have them all be the same pet. 300 soulstone chest boxes. Lets you get them out of anybody except Cleaver, Jet, Tristan, and the new Winterfest Iris. You do not, just like the pets, you do not have to cash these all in at once, but you do have to cash in 100 at a time minimally. That's the smallest denomination you can break down. The smallest you can break down on the pets is 5 stones. Then 2,500 chaos particles. Chaos particles. These are the basic building blocks with gold to be able to build up your pets, whether it be to boost the actual gems or to purchase them once you unlock them with higher missions. 10,000 emeralds, as Nexters would call them, the most valuable resource in the world. This is exactly the same as this, except you do not absolutely have to turn them into Winterfest coins. Here you have to. There is no other choice. Then you got 350 Titan Artifact Spears, big mini black balls. Someone over in our Kraken's Guild who's down in New Zealand, so New Year's came a lot earlier for them, got this item as their one random out of 3, and did not seem to be too ecstatic for that choice. Then here again, if you do not have a VIP level of 5 or higher, you'd have the golden raid ticket. This lets you basically raid as many as you like compared to single if you're at VIP 2 or higher, or having to do everything without any speed ups otherwise. If you do have them, then you're replaced with Skinstone chest. Skinstone chest, I believe, on the regulars. 250 chest of Super Titans. These will only pop out either Hyperions, Arajis, or Edens for you to use. Just like the pet stones, you do have to cash them in a minimum of 5 Titan stones at a time. But also like the pet stones, you do not have to use them all at once. Then we have Cleaver, the Cleave Daddy himself. Normally the only way to get him is to pull the ultimate miracle out of the heroic chest. But he is here as a possible choice. And then finally the Lesser Elemental Spirit Summoning Spear. This will get you a totem for your Titans. What's supposed to happen is you're supposed to go and pick 3. Like, I'm not going to submit them yet, but let's just say those were your 3. You hit submit, and at midnight your local time on New Year's Eve in today, Nexters is supposed to randomly pick one of those 3. So you'd either get 250 of the Super Titan chest, which means you'd have 1,250 Super Titan stones to use, Cleave Daddy, or that totem. However, with the From Day One account, we actually are in a very special situation. Normally, most people, as soon as they hit level 60, will go up to the Tournament of Elementals. Will do their fights. We'll see that, hey, I can go ahead and pay emeralds to get 10 spears at a time, 9 times, spend 4,500 emeralds, and then get a prize of 5,000 emeralds for spending those 4,500. Nexters has built in that by the time you spent that 9th 500, so for 4,500 total, that you're going to automatically get a totem piece. If you have a totem piece, even one, when this letter picks, everything is random. Or at least as random as Nexters is ever going to tell us. However, there is a little, I guess, bad luck protection built in to this letter. If you don't have a totem, so you haven't gone through and actually did the 9 emeralds at 500 a pop for 4,500 to get a totem, and you ask as one of your 3 choices, Dear Winter Claus, I would like a totem. Winter Claus isn't even going to look at the 200 chests of Super Titans. They're not even going to look at the Cleaver on the list, and they're going to go, you get a totem. That's it. They're going to stamp totem, send it down the line, game over. If I choose any 3 that do not have that totem, then I'm back to random. But if I have the totem in the list, totem is what I'm getting at midnight. Now, this can actually be used to your advantage if you're willing and you're going to be going to try to develop a decent Titan team. Because when you get this totem, it's going to give it to you as that white spear item. It's not going to say, boom, you now have a totem, done, finito. It's going to go, here, you have this one item, use it to get a totem. So, you have that item. Just like regular items in your inventory, they don't get used until you actually go and select them. So, once you get this totem from the letter to winter clause, you can then go in, spend your 4,500 emeralds to 9 pops of 500, and get the totem for 4,500. Get that 5,000 for doing it 9 times, come out 500 emeralds to the good, and have a totem. You then can cash in this white spear and have a second totem automatically. Also, those 2 totems, providing you do them back to back, will be guaranteed to be the same totem. So your totem will be at level 2. Because even though it says lesser, which is supposed to be random, there's a rule in totems that the first 2 totems that you get are actually not random, but they're actually geared to whichever of the 3 categories, water, earth, or fire, you have the strongest set of titans. So if your 4 water titans are stronger than the 4 earth titans, which are stronger than the 4 fire titans, you're going to get a water totem. If your earth titans are the best, then you're going to get an earth totem. And likewise for fire. Only once you get to the 3rd totem piece and on is which totem you get random. Unless you have the golden spear, but we're not going to see that on this account, at least this year, so we're definitely not going to worry about that. A few of the folks of the guild I'm in who are spending bukus bucks on emeralds, a lot of gifts being sent, those kind of things, they may be getting the gold spears. When you open those, you get to choose which totem you want. Whether you want it definitely to be a water or an earth or a fire totem. The white ones are supposed to be random, except with that roll 2. However, there is even one further aspect we can go. Because nexters, they like you spending money. So they're going to try to ease you into that aspect of spending cash. So, we've already said that the first totem is guaranteed to come up by the time you spend 4,500 emeralds, which is 9 times in the hopper. Believe it or not, the second time is at 90 times. Now, this is, of course, assuming that these are all at 500 a pop, and you're not under, like, say, like the Black Friday specials, which made them 40% off. Anything else? Basically, 45,000 emeralds spent. So 4,500 for the first, 45,000 for the second. Now, it is possible to get it before you hit those numbers. It's just built in, kind of like when you do multiple raids, that if you haven't, by the time that 45,000th emerald is spent, you're going to get your second totem automatically. If you get it before, you get it before. So, if you're willing to do a max of 45,000 emeralds, and remember the first 4,500 is paid for plus an extra. So the game's paying for your first 5. So if you're willing to spend 40 of your own, you can get a second totem piece forced by the game. Then you can use the white spear and have a third totem. Now that third, unfortunately, is random. So you have a 1 out of 3 to get a level 3 totem. But even if it does fall to be one of the other 2, that would help when you're in dungeons fighting to go ahead and build up titanium for your guild and getting more stones of the titans. So, since I don't have one yet, that's what we're going to make our letter. Ask you, are you sure? Because once you select here, you can't go back and change your mind. So we'll say yes, and the letter is gone. So at midnight tonight, we'll know what we get. Which should, as long as Nexters hasn't changed anything, should be that white spear. If it isn't, Cleaver is going to be okay, or even the 250 Super Titan Spears would be okay as well. Okay? Alright. So let's just see what's in the guild chat. They're still fighting the guild war for this Thursday. Sorry, Friday. My apologies, not Thursday. Okay. Perfect. So let's go up and we'll take a look at the current guild war run. See how they're doing on the final day of the week. We will then head over to the Tourney of the Elements for our Friday battle. Then I'll have to check the clock because I don't know how long I ran in that explanation. So I don't know how far into the hour we are at the moment. Alright, so over to Guild War. Okay, we're okay. Looks like we're only at 17 minutes in. Thank God I didn't talk as long as I thought I did. Just waiting for, there we go. And it's currently 1320 for the Great New World versus just 122 points for Kull. 2 attacks remain out of the New World. The only person who hasn't launched theirs yet is Geist C. Awesome person running 167,000 on the Titans, 310 on the Heroes. The Call has only got 3 shots left. And yeah, they're getting their keisters handed to them. Which is a good thing. And we take a look, of course, at the log of the week. This is all the guild battles that have occurred for a Great New World. 1400 played 235 for Kari on Monday. 1280 played 135 for Avengers on Tuesday. Perfect 1400 again versus 203 for China. Might be somewhere near number 1, but no, the New World is. 1300 played 665 for gold on Thursday, and currently the 1320 playing 122 for coal, which I would be extremely surprised if I see anything other than New World in the 1 spot. And yeah, they're in the 1 spot by about 800. And with the current butt kicking on 3rd place, coal, it definitely should remain. Right now, Hikari, Adventures, and China number 1 will be the ones facing the motion battle today. On Saturday. Possibly demotion to silver. However, I could see Avengers in a very, very outside shot. China number one might have the better chance, considering that Call is only picking up about 200 to 300 points today. They'd be at 38. It would need an almost perfect run, but it is possible for, say, China number one to squeeze out of the demotion fight. Providing those three do remain in the demotion territory, they're going to be fighting against Legion, Phoenix Rising, and Fire of Japan, at least for the moment. That's, of course, depending on their fights for the rest of the day. Prizes will be a full 200 bronzes, 150 silvers, and 60 gold for that top spot. So, either in part 2 or part 3 tonight, maybe we'll have to go through those pretties. Or as, what is this, Meagle would say, those pièges. Let me just grab a quick drink of water while we load into the Tournament of the Elementals. Have a cup full of water, freeze it to a big old ice cube, and as it melts, you have very nice, beautiful, cool as ice water. Alright, looks like we're about half loaded. So we'll give it a moment or two more. Hopefully it'll get us in there sooner, but if not, hopefully we'll be there shortly. Now, for those who did get the regular Ascension Season ticket, that does expire at midnight on the 31st. Weirdly for me, with the other season, looks like I still got about 4 days left on it. Sorry. So let's do a 10-pack. This, by the way, here is where I was talking about where you'd spend 9. See, you spend elements for emeralds 9 times. At 500 pop, it costs you 4,500. That ninth turn will be guaranteed to trigger an elemental spirit fragment. Plus, you'd also get the 5,000 emeralds back. But you ain't gonna do that. You might even do that during our bell tonight, once we have the spear in our possession. If I do it now, it'll actually forget that I selected it as basically a lock, and it'll go back to being fully random as to what would happen. Alright, so let's go to level 10. And head on up to the Tournament of Les Elementals, or also known as Tournament of the Elements. This is for Friday. Now this has to be done by the end of Guild Switch today, because the tournament is not open on the weekends. As of Friday night, you'll actually be able to go into the other room and get your prize for your position for the week. Which for most, unless you're at the very top and been playing all 3 years, will likely be 400,000 gold and your 2 scrolls. That's why when I got 50 scrolls in the present for Winterfest, it was like, holy credole. Alrighty, stage 1. Battles are in progress. And let's see what we get. Winner, 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 chicken dinner. Ba-da-da-bum. Stage 2. In stage 2 we go Winner, 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 winner. And onward and upward to stage 3. Collect our treasure chest. As you can see, we only have 36,000 at the moment. And we are out of punching power when it comes. That's the only reason why we have 86 elemental tournament certificates is due to the lovely box of Winterfest. Again, biggest switch possibility for those is to go ahead and switch them out to either Nebulas, Carps, Sebastians, or Anvares. You see most of them are wanting 50 to level up. That would get these to 3-star. It's only 10? Do them. Actually, no. Hold on. Hold off on them for a moment. Because there ain't no real reason to have to do them at the moment. While we're up in the trees, let's go and check over in Asgard and see if there's any new prizes for us to pick up. Asgard weekends are all about the guild working together to deal as much damage on Osh, the immortal, as possible. And it's not looking like it's going to be another prize because I don't see a dot on the guild rate, but let's just go take a look to be sure. And yeah, no, they needed to knock another 21.8 million off if they're going to go ahead and be in line there. At the Circle of Summoning, we can do 1 round of spears. So let's see what we have. And a total Buckus round. Absolutely nothing of any significance. But you can spend 7 and get 1,000 back. I'm going to check something real quick. Waiting for the holiday. Shopping, shopping days. Okay, no, next one is at 6,000. I would need to spend 3,250. I was gonna say if I only needed to spend like another 700, I was thinking maybe to cash that one in. Oh, sorry, I was just grabbing a drink. Little round of nice ice water. Alright, decorate a tree. Yes, sir. Not many bubbles, but we'll send what bubbles we got to that tree. And in the President's Day Winterfest, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a spear and 5. 500 and a spear. This is the one where you can get the nice scrolls. Up here, your best shot would be Chaos Particles. 3,000. 5 of the Earth Titan. Is that just 1 egg? That's a pretty cheap prize for 1 egg. Extras, really, you can't afford anything more than one stinking egg. Alright. Up to the summoning of the eggies. I think it's 2 of the 3. We're 2 away from cashing in that third for 20 more chaos particles and 35 bubbles. And looks like Baram and Boogeyman are firing off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We'll take an extra 500 as the beautiful firework. Yet, if you haven't for some reason finished off the New Year's 2022 sign, when the fireworks are shooting right below here where the guild symbol will show, will be the red bubble for you to click. That'll get you the Y to get to them. Alrighty. We can summon Isaac, I guess. Isaac at 2 stars, I guess. And yes, even though that look, Isaac, according to Nexters, is a woman. Alrighty, I got a shield. Isaac's big play is to be an architect, a builder, if you would. Remember, Isaac wanted to make poor Chaba stand forever by taking his winter skin and reinforcing it. I think Isaac missed his calling as being a dwemer. Sorry, her. Sorry, Isaac. My apologies. Her calling. Dink, dink. And dice is what we need to finish this off. There we go. We get the die. Dink, 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 dink. And she's now green. More dice. For a person who likes to be a constructor and an architect, you guess you really love to gamble. You want dice. You need a shield. Yeah, let's go ahead and actually do a fight. And to round 3. And And a finish. And we got our shield one shot, so good on you. So we create that. Here we are. Level 12. Here we are. And Isaac can go dink, 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 dink again. And there's Isaac at +1. Alright, it looks like we're going to need level 20. So there we go. Well, at least Isaac joins the blue category. Alright, that's where we're going to leave him, at least for now. Let me grab a drink. What's in the Wendy box? What do you got for us, Wendy? Let's send Brahms back. So kind to send us one. No reason not to return the favor. Well, there actually was a reason, because it looks like we've already sent that gift today. Yeah, too late now. Okay, so arena and tower. We can get some eggs. That would be good. Now let's see what we got from the arena. See if we can find a fight that will match up with us decently. This one may be punching over our weight, but let's at least give it a run. It's only, what, 14,000 ahead? Sorry. Yes, we start 5 plays 5. Oh, they actually do have Iris in their team. Since Iris is in their team, let's have a little Iris music, shall we? It's biting, by the way. And since we did do the fights up and over in Asgard, let's give you a little background story on the guy we're fighting as a guild's Osh, the Eternal Keeper.
My fellow Guardians, thank you for answering my call. We must act quickly, but before we depart, you must know what we're dealing with. To uphold its ever-shifting balance, our universe gives birth
Okay, it doesn't help when you stop halfway through your story, dear.
to gods, such as Osh, the Eternal Keeper, the embodiment of creation and destruction, an infant deity destined for deeds both beautiful and terrible. Every child needs a mentor, and gods are no exception. Judge and I were the first to greet the newborn in our universe. Shortly after, we were joined by Merida, Ra Ozu, and Naos. All five of us vowed to raise Osh and prepare him for the times he will be needed the most. Though bound by the same oath, we soon realized how differently we saw our purposes. Judge and I believed that the young god must be isolated from the universe until he is ready. But our allies wanted Osh to travel the universe freely and use it as his playground. The possibility of countless tragedies of cosmic proportions were of no concern to them, so long as they remained his holy advisors. Back then, I managed to convince them. Or so I thought. The Eternal Keeper had so much to learn in so little time. For years, I'd been teaching the young god about the world that's waiting for him. But my strict mentorship became too much of a burden for a curious child. One day, the young deity just vanished, eager to explore the universe on his own. I failed him and put us all in grave danger. All five of us scattered throughout the universe, trying to find the infant god. We were desperate. How can you possibly catch up with a cosmic being that doesn't want to be found? As it turned out, the child's curiosity led him to Asgard, an ancient city of gods. There he was finally found by Merida, Ra Ozu, and Naos. The remaining citizens of Asgard began to worship the Eternal Keeper as their new god, while his former mentors proclaimed themselves as his holy disciples. Glory, reverence, power. This is what my compatriots had always desired. Now that they had gotten it, they could never allow it to slip away again. The young god was betrayed by his own teachers. Merida lulled the infant god into a deep slumber. Ra Ozu locked him inside an impenetrable cage. And Naos made sure I wouldn't be able to sense his cries for help. Thus the Eternal Keeper became a prisoner to his dreams, while the usurpers came to power, and have been ruling Asgard ever since. But those fools are oblivious to the real extent of their betrayal. The Harbinger is still clawing its way to our reality, leaving unhealing wounds upon the fabric of existence itself. These wounds turn the gods' dreams into horrific nightmares. Nightmares that this poor child cannot awake from. I can't imagine what he might become after enduring such torture. Guardians, we must free Osh from this unending horror. Waste no time, and pray it's not too late.
It is. It's too late. That's why we have to fight him. It's too late. And of course, if you're wondering why everyone likes the idiots swinging around with the big old circular ball mace, that was the other guy who came in earlier this year on a special event. Here's his story of Tristan.
Somebody, please, let me out! I did nothing wrong. Release me! Hey! You. I've sacrificed so much for Dominion. And this is how you pay me back. Right, Tristan?
What a pathetic ruse. Show yourself, fiend.
Yeah, you're not Galahad here.
They must have summoned you to interrogate me, eh? I'm glad to cooperate. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Your dominion will burn. Everyone you know will die. And there is nothing you can do to stop this.
You sure about that?
Ooh, so we finally get to torturing. What is this cute trinket of yours?
Why don't you take a closer look? Recognize someone familiar?
It can't be.
Yeah, it is.
What did you do to them?
Fuck them.
I made them cooperate. Just as I will make you.
No, please, I'll talk. I will, promise. The Archdemon, he's planning.
We know, and we are ready. As for you, you will serve the light now. Embrace your new purpose.
Done already.
I have just begun.
And he originally appeared September 10th through the 16th in his original story, The Path of Light. Is when he got this. And so I feel people were a little weird, surprising that in November they immediately already gave him the Hero of the Month kicker as well. The other new hero you got was earlier in the year. And here was his story.
It's happening again. Our land is screaming in agony. Centuries ago, an ancient enemy of the elves vowed to wipe out our people, scorching the holy forests across the land. Desperate, our ancestors created the Keepers, protectors of the elven kind, and avatars of nature's wrath. The devastating war showed no mercy to our homes. We lost so many, but ended up victorious. The Keepers sacrificed their powers to heal the holy forests. Only a few of them survived the ritual. The remains of once mighty Keepers were hidden in tombs, forgotten, resting in a death-like slumber. They wait. Yes, it's happening again. But this time, we are prepared.
I got to experience him pretty early in my Hero War still, arriving in April of 2021 he did. The last thing that we got that was new for Hero Wars, the game, in 2021 was not a Titan, not another hero, but a new pet. And here was the pet's story. If you realize, Hero Wars likes making stories anytime there's something there. So here, I thought I had it. Okay, there it was. What's that story? It's like, that's not supposed to happen. What?
Hey, you. Are you lost, little one? Looks like we got some meat for dinner. So stupid, puny, penguin. Your Majesty, penguin, you peasant.
And he came in August on the same kind of an event that the two heroes had come on. So, yeah. Oh, I guess we have some music tracks. Okay, let's play the music track. Alrighty, with that, part 1 here in Dominion for day 30 is going to draw to a close. 31, sorry. It's going to draw to a close. Again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Get us to those goals of 5,000 views, 1,000 subscribers, so Boxy and YouTube will pay attention. Me personally, I'd just love to see that to be 20% when we update it later tonight. So help us get there if you would be so kind. Again, coinbase.com/join/deparcel. Go ahead and get your $10 free Bitcoin so you can make purchases for free here in Dominion, and also take those 2-minute lessons, 1-question quizzes to get more crypto to make more purchases. And until then, it's always a great new world to release the Krakens. See you later today for part 2.